My name is Andy Titleman. There was a forklift accident. It broke my foot as well as about 3 toes. I was in terrible pain. I didn't know quite what to do. Before I hired Morgan & Morgan, I did call a few other places. The other places denied helping me. I called Morgan & Morgan, and they accepted me kind of like with open arms. I don't believe I could have done it without Morgan & Morgan. There is a reason I called Morgan & Morgan. They are for the people. They showed me that they were for me.
With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. The value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. U, get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
7 News. Stay connected 24/7. Now at 10.
Fatal flames. Emergency crews making a tragic discovery after dousing a car fire. Community confrontation when a neighbor is forced to fire at another neighbor's dog. An important vote set to be held that can change the trajectory for the war in the Middle East. The Department of State might be laying down some new regulations that can hinder your visa. A record-breaking birth. Meet the oldest baby ever born. Don't miss out on this Miami Spice experience. Dock and dine with a breathtaking view in this morning's SoFlo Fun. And developing this morning, a plane down in the Everglades. We are live. Good morning, South Florida. I'm Alex Diarmas.
And I'm Tavares Jones. Today in Florida at 10 starts now.
This is 7 News Today in Florida.
Here's a live view across South Florida on this Tuesday morning. It's August 5th, 2025, and it is looking nice and hot out there.
Let's get you a check with that weather as you start your day. Meteorologist Erica Delgado first in the Plex forecast. Erica, good morning.
Hey, Tavares, Alex, you got it right. Even though down the road we're going to be seeing moisture increasing across South Florida, for us today, the main story will be the heat. Now, South Florida is the only place across the state still under heat advisories, and it includes Broward and Miami-Dade. Florida Keys, you are not included, but that doesn't mean it's not good to be steamy for you. That heat advisory will start at 11 o'clock this morning, run through 7 p.m., and feels like temperatures could reach anywhere between 105 to 110 degrees for an extended period of time. And here's where our current temperatures are. We're already seeing some 90s out there, 90 in Pompano Beach as well as in Hollywood, 89 in Fort Lauderdale. As we work our way into Miami-Dade, 89 now in Miami, 88 in Hialeah, still 87 in the Homestead area. And into the Florida Keys, we're starting to see more of those 90s as well, 92 in Big Pine, 88 in Key West and Marathon, 89 in Key Largo. We have, it feels like temperatures already as high as 102 in Miami and in Fort Lauderdale. It feels like 103 in Marathon and in Key West. One isolated shower pushed through the lower Keys early this morning, but the rest of the southeast coast of South Florida looking pretty good. Just some thunderstorms drifting north into areas like Marco Island and the Naples area. We're dry right now, but we'll see some showers and storms developing later this afternoon, basically just with the heating of the day. High temperatures will be reaching into the mid to low 90s. So as we mentioned last hour, you'll be using the umbrella now to block the heat in the sun. You'll be needing it later, especially inland, for some showers and storms. Closer look at the days ahead. That's coming up in a few minutes.
Now at 10 o'clock this morning, a car going up in flames out of Southwest Miami-Dade Walmart. Firefighters rushing to the area to find a deadly discovery.
7's Dale Garcia reports.
Oh, and look at this car just staying there.
A car going up in flames in the middle of a busy parking lot, leading to a deadly discovery.
They're advising possibly exploded and then kept moving, possibly has a driver. It's going to be a white 4-door sedan. We have no firefighters around.
It happened in broad daylight in the back of a pretty busy Walmart parking lot off Southwest 136th Avenue and 288th Street. Miami-Dade Sheriff's deputies tried putting out the flames while waiting for fire crews. You can see those fire extinguishers left behind. Ultimately, fire crews put out the fire and sadly found a body inside. Officials now have to wait for an autopsy to identify the gender.
But it's like he's trying to run a one-man band out there behind his seat. And he's this is a make or break season for Good morning, you beautiful people out there across YouTube, across the lands. We are back in the building. Hopefully yesterday you guys jumped in here and saw some crazy shit going on that we could not control. I'll be honest with you right now. We got Vaughn in the building today hanging out with us real quick on camera. Got Vaughn in the building.
Good morning.
Doing his thing. We're so glad to have him here. Let me tell you something. Everybody that's in the chat right now, Christina, how you doing? Big Bill, Chrome, Christina, Jeff Lee, all the way up Pipple. Let me scroll up and see who the hell else is in the building right now as we get doing. Let me actually pull up on the screen what the hell we're talking about this morning because there's a lot going on. But first things first, everybody, if you're watching live for the first time, you've been here before, everybody in the chat, welcome back to the freaking Brandon Mason Show. And yeah, we got a lot of shit to talk about. I know people came here yesterday and there were some trolls out there hating on the new studio. Shit's going on. Shout out right now to Pitbull Mama. 15 freaking months as a Mason. Listen, time out. Pitbull Mama, we owe you some stuff. We already know we owe you some stuff. We owe you some gear. You know that. People in the chat right now, we are live back in the booth. Our sound is up. Fixing some lights. A lot is going on, so we greatly appreciate your patience. And yesterday we were on here. We saw some trolls coming in and said, the studio sucks. I said, damn, you know, you're right. Shit wasn't working out. But now we're back in the building right now. And we are so excited to be here. And let me tell you, we're going to break down a lot. First things first, you see at the bottom of the screen right there, we're going to dive into Donald Trump. Will he possibly pardon Diddy? Is that something that can happen? And right after that, we're going to talk about this. After that, we're going to move into the Epstein List. Okay? And right after that, we're going to end the show with obviously Shannon Sharpe being fired from ESPN. Why did that happen? It's official. What the hell happened out there? We're going to dive into all that today. But first things first, let me just say I appreciate all you guys watching right now. Everybody that's in the building right now, put Diddy in the chat right now. If you're watching live right now in the new studio, in the new booth right now, everybody put Diddy in the chat and let people know what the hell we're talking about today. Because yes, you can see it on the damn screen right here. You see Diddy down there. This man has gone through an awful lot. People that were around him have gone through probably more than him. Let's just say that. But now there's some crazy shit going on. I'm going to show you some clips. I'm going to show you some videos that you guys just got to see. And let's get to that right now. Before we even move any further, let's take a look at some of this shit that's going on.
Diddy trial prosecutors put in an opposition to Diddy's bail request, and the prosecutors say they're actually looking for a more lengthy sentencing than what they originally thought. In this opposition, the prosecution is laying out the fact that the judge already denied Diddy's bail for being a violent person, and they hone in even more into Diddy's alleged violence against people. Prosecutors are saying that Diddy has actually been lying when he said that he didn't commit violence between his breakup with Cassie Ventura in 2018 up until 2024 with his incident with Jane. Let's go ahead and jump right into this motion. The government says despite the court's clear ruling that the defendant must be detained pending sentencing following his conviction on 2 felony counts, the defendant moves again for bail. The defendant's detention pending sentencing is mandatory. There is no exceptional circumstances justifying his release. Even if there were, the defendant cannot demonstrate by clear and convincing evidence that he is not a danger to the community. This court properly denied the defendant's request for bail on July 2nd of 2025, and the defendant has failed to present any reason for the court to reconsider its ruling. The court should deny the defendant's motion on this again on that basis alone, but then they get...
So you guys know Diddy's been doing his thing out there. His attorneys, they had to get paid an awful lot of money. Diddy's attorneys had to get paid an awful lot of money. The question right now that we got is, how would Democrats feel? How would Republicans feel if they said, you know what, we're going to let him out? Can you imagine if the courts just said, you know what, yeah, we're going to let Diddy out. After all the shit they went through, they let him out. Or if Trump steps up and says, we're going to offer you a pardon. I'm like, well, I don't know about that. I will tell you this. Republicans out there, if you're in the chat right now, I just want to know, do you think Trump should pardon Diddy? Is it because, hey, he didn't break the rules that he broke? Was he just a freak out there? I don't know what you think, but Diddy had to be Diddy was a freak. We can all say that, right? Diddy was a freak for sure.
You know he's a freak.
Diddy did his thing. Diddy did his thing. But now all of a sudden they're saying Trump could legit decide to pardon him. And what I'm telling you is this. If Trump actually steps into the building and says, we're going to let you out, I got a funny feeling, and I got a funny feeling that a lot of people, a lot of Republicans, a lot of Democrats are going to say, I'm against the shit, 1,000% against that. And then some people would argue and say, hey, you know what? He didn't break the rules that everybody said that he actually broke. Let's take a look at some of this stuff here. Let's take a look.
Okay, so this person said, as a Trump supporter, that will be the end of it for me. And what this Trump supporter is referring to is I made a video a few weeks back when Diddy's trial was going on saying, now that Diddy has been found guilty of at least one of the charges, he will be pardoned by Trump. Well, if you look in today's news, Trump reportedly is seriously considering a presidential pardon for Diddy ahead of his sentencing. Now, Diddy's sentencing...
Now, that's what they were saying at first. Ahead of his sentencing, they've been talking about this. If you're in the chat right now, welcome back to the building. If you're here for the first time, let us know. And if you're a subscriber in the freaking chat right now, if you're a subscriber in the chat right now, put an S in the chat right now. If you're a freaking subscriber of the show, because we've been gone for a week. We took a freaking week vacation. We came back yesterday into the new studio, and holy shit, the internet was down. It wasn't working. We were trying to figure out shit was buffering, and we had some trolls in the chat. Nathan in the building. How you feeling coming to the chat? I saw some messages yesterday. I saw Plump in the building go, your studio sucks. So shit, Bonnie, he wasn't really lying, was he, V? He wasn't really lying about the studio. No. It might have been Vaughn, to be honest, coming into the booth. I don't know if Vaughn messed up the damn studio or not.
He tried to frame me.
Look, at the end of the day, we got clips we got to show you. We got more we got to show you. Let's take a look at this. People are saying a lot of crazy things right now that it's possible that Trump can do this. Let's take a look at the DC. How you feeling? Brenda in the building. Welcome to the show. Jeffrey in the building. Welcome to the show. I'm not going to forget any of you for in the building right now. Hold on. Let's take a look at this clip.
Late Wednesday, Diddy's defense team took it a step further and filed for an acquittal or a new trial.
The memorandum goes on to say that, to their knowledge, Diddy is the only person ever convicted of violating the statute for conduct like this, and that he had no commercial motive, and that everyone else involved, as well as the escorts, chose to travel and engage in the activity voluntarily. They say that the verdict itself confirms that the women were not vulnerable, exploited, trafficked, or sexually assaulted during the freak-offs, and that Diddy never had sex with the supposed prostitutes, and he never made any money from the prostitution. Diddy's team is saying that if there is no acquittal, then at the very least, a new trial is required.
So hold on a second. You guys watch this right now.
Wait, Pitbull Mama, what gave you that impression?
What did I miss?
She said, I thought Devon was a female.
Wait, whoa. Hold on. After seeing Vaughn on the show, or are you saying listen to Vaughn on the show? Hold on a second. Vaughn is in the booth.
I don't know.
What?
I'm trying to see.
Hold on a second. Wait, some people thought Devon was a girl in the show, or just by the username on there. Maybe I think that's what she's trying to say. I think that's what she's trying to say.
Maybe the flowers.
Yeah. Oh, wait, the username is Devon Flowers? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
It's my name.
I see it on there. You know, so here's the thing that I think a lot of people are looking into right now. When we're looking at the relationship of Trump, we're going to show that in just a second. But hold on a second. Let's show how Diddy's living behind bars. Let's show that clip real quick.
Fortunately, this is what life behind bars looks like for Sean P. Diddy Combs right now, and it's nothing like the flashy lifestyle he's used to. According to his attorney, Diddy is spending most of his time alone, deep in reflection. He's reportedly journaling, writing essays, and even trying to help other inmates by starting programs, because the Brooklyn facility he's in has almost no resources. Since being found guilty in July on prostitution charges and denied bail, he's been stuck in federal lockup awaiting his October 3rd sentencing. His lawyer says he's joined a self-help program focused on preventing abuse, and that Diddy has become fully focused on his growth and his defense. But insiders say the toll is visible. He's reportedly looking much thinner than before, with one reporter saying he looked astonishingly different. Still, other sources say he's staying fit, active, and in good spirits, especially when he sees his kids. Diddy's told his team that when he gets out, he wants to start small, reconnect with his children, and rebuild his life. This story's still unfolding. October's not far off. Let me know what you think. According to his attorney...
I mean, look, if Diddy stays in jail till October, which that's what's supposed to be this October, right? Is that what I think?
October 3rd, I think.
Okay, so he's supposed to stay until October 3rd. If he's staying there until October 3rd, I mean, that's still a long time. People take a look at it and go, he beat a lot. I mean, he was supposed to be in a 20 freaking almost life, whatever years. And he actually beat, from what I've seen, basically beat the whole damn thing, because now he's about to get out in a lot short of time. But the sentencing could go from what people think, 2 years and do a year time served and then get like 2 years or whatever. He could still do 10 years in jail. So
he could do 40. 20 on each account.
Well, hold on, wait. Oh shit, I know it was that. I thought it was 10 and 10.
No,
or 5 and 5.
I think it was 20.
So look, if his ass goes to jail that long, I mean, he might as well pack that shit in. That's an awful long time to go to jail. Let's move on to this piece. So people keep talking about this one. Hold on a second, because 10-10 changes the game a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like 10.
It might be.
Now, some people are saying that in the chat right now. Is Diddy, is he on charges of 10 and 10, or is it 5 and 5? Welcome to the damn live stream. RB's in the building. Matthew Nixon in the building. How are you feeling? Let me scroll. Let me see who else I missed right now, because time out. People are coming back into the chat because we've been off for a while. Big time. How the hell you doing out there? People in the chat. Look, here's my biggest thing. If somebody's going to do it, Trump's the person to do it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he should do it. And if you're watching live right now, smack that damn like button. If you're here for the first time, if you've been here before, let us know right now if you're in the building. What I'm saying is this. Here's what I'm saying. If Trump, he's the one that's in office right now, but anybody else before him, after him, if someone's we're going to pardon Diddy, he's the one that just got that personality where he might step up and do some shit that we didn't think he was going to do. Is all I'm saying. I believe that's an opportunity. What's the chances you think, Vaughn, of Diddy actually getting out of prison within 5 years, 4 years? You think it's something that he's gonna get out early, or what do you think?
Wait, you saying with the pardon or just in general?
In general.
Oh, in general, I don't know, because I feel like the judge probably seen all the evidence, because you gotta, you know how like they ruled some of the evidence immunicipal.
True.
He has to rule that immunicipal, so he's seen all the evidence, so he knows stuff that we don't know. So he might just say like, you know, you're not guilty. You found not guilty of this, but
yeah,
I know you're guilty of X, Y, Z.
Yeah,
So
and he was definitely guilty of X, Y, Z. But you know, these kind of big words Vaughn is using in the building right now. I had never even heard that word before. I got to be honest with you. That might have been a word that he's been using. I don't know where that word came from. That word might have worked out. I don't know.
What word?
I don't even want to say.
In municipal?
What is it again?
In municipal.
Okay, in municipal. If he's going with that. Is he going with that? Maybe he's going with that. I don't know if he's going with that. I'm saying if he's in municipal or not, but he might get his ass out of prison. 5 years, if Diddy gets 5 years or more, there's going to be some big problems, and I'll tell you why. If he goes to prison for 5 years, 4 years, more than he's got right now, he's going to be saying a lot of things in prison. There's gonna be a lot of people stepping out there saying a lot of different things that they don't want him to hear. But take a look at this. Diddy's ex, Gina, who's victim number 3, asked the judge for his release. Take a look at this one.
Child, victim 3 from Diddy's trial, Gina H. She has penned a letter to the judge asking for Diddy's release now. And she also released this video.
I don't know about we gotta keep the sound off conference purposes, but apparently this is the victim number 3 right there.
Girl, wrong song choice. It should have been No Role Models, J. Cole. Because these hoes don't want to be saved. These hoes don't want to be saved. Don't stay down. They don't want to be saved.
But here's the thing. These victims that were there for a long time, they stayed around Diddy for years. Like, when you go back and look at what we went through, I won't bore people with the whole damn history of the shit. But everyone that came to the stand, these victims were there. Hey, I've been here 10 years. I've been here 5 years. I've been here 15 years. I knew Diddy a long time. They stayed for all these damn years. Here we go. We got inadmissible in the chat. Okay. Robin, drop it in the chat. We appreciate you. Zippity zappity in the building. Paco's in the house. How the hell are you doing right now, people in the chat? Can we get, before we move to the next topic, can we get everybody in the chat, put Diddy in the chat real quick? If you're watching live right now in the building, put Diddy in the chat right now, because let me tell you something. I was sweating shit. The countdown started, and I said, we got to talk about this. I almost forgot what the hell I was talking about. I was just hoping that the shit went from the intro into, can they hear us on the damn live stream? I was just hoping that shit was moving. I was like, if this shit don't work out, I'm going to throw this damn thing. So if people are watching live right now, greatly appreciate coming to the bill. Stacey Jones in the building. How the hell you feel? Anthony Williams in the building. Yes, a lot of people were hurt. We got that right now. In the chat right now, is Diddy innocent or guilty? We know what happened, But do you believe he's innocent or guilty right now? Before we move on to the next topic in the chat, do you believe he's innocent? Do you believe Diddy is guilty? Drop it in the chat right now. Regardless of what the court said, I want to see what you guys think. Because we had people coming in here, V, that were like, he didn't do the shit. He's actually, no. You actually were like, you didn't say he's innocent or guilty, but you said we don't have any evidence to look at.
Yeah, I just said that people can't just be making assumptions, just saying, people were saying he needs the death penalty and everything before the case even started.
Right.
So like, come on.
They'll throw people on. Listen, even his own friends and his bodyguard and all that are going, whoo, Diddy gets out here the next couple, months or whatever. People are sweating. These celebrities are sweating because they're like, they were talking shit on Diddy this whole time. We were covering the case properly. People were throwing shade at Diddy. People in the chat right now, drop your state in the building. Brandon, how you feeling? Brandon Griffin in the house. Welcome to the show. I love me some me in the chat. Welcome to the show. People that are here right now, listen, you're coming in. We were off for we took a whole week off. I had to come back and get to my people here. And I apologize, but we had to take a week off and enjoy the fam and doing all that in the chat. We greatly appreciate it. But here's another piece of evidence here. Let's take a look at this clip here.
Oh man, do I have a Diddy update for you guys. So his team just filed a motion with the court demanding that either they throw out the guilty verdict altogether for that one thing that he was found guilty of, or he gets granted a new trial. Basically what they're saying is that the Mann Act, which is what he was found guilty under, doesn't apply to this situation, and that he never exploited or coerced anybody or forced anybody, that this was all consenting adults. Now, if he were to be granted a new trial, it would be just for that one prostitution charge. Now, in addition to all of that, as a lot of you guys know, he has now filed as well another motion to be granted bail while he awaits sentencing, where he's offering to put up $50 million and plus stay on house arrest during that. Now let's talk about something even more.
Everybody's in the chat right now. Smack that damn like button right now. Let me tell you something right now. First day back in the studio. A lot of bumps in the road got going on right now. I will tell you this right now. If we get to 100 likes, which is damn near hard, if we get to 100 likes in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to give a lucky person $500 in the chat. If we get to 100 likes in the next, literally, I'm going to let people give it a chance right now. Let's do this. We give 5 minutes. We get to 100 likes next 5 minutes, I'll give a lucky person $500 in the chat. You know why? It's our first day back in the studio. People are like, wait, is this guy live again? Is the show back on? The show is back on, back in the booth. Downtown Miami. You're going to see a lot of awesome shit going on. Cameras moving around and all that. And yeah, we got Vaughn over here in the building. You guys see Vaughn over here in the chat right now. He's over here looking up, trying to see what's going on with Diddy right now, getting ready to go. Hey, we're going to move on right now, though, to the Epstein files. All right? Because everybody's been talking about that, the Epstein files. That's the next part of the conversation right here. Let's pull that over here, the Epstein list right now. Now, the Epstein list, that's been something the Epstein list has been out of control. I mean, I would say, well, first off, there is no list that we've seen, right? But I will say this: how do you feel about the fact that there's shit going on, and there's nothing? People are in jail. Jeffrey Epstein's dead. We got I call her Ghislaine Maxwell, whatever. She's behind bars. Is there a list, V, or is there not a list? How are you feeling about that?
I'm not sure. There's possibly a list, but I don't know what would be the holdup of releasing this list unless, there's some people on there that's, in power.
That's where we're going right now. Yeah. Let's go to that right now. So hold up. Let me get to that right now because I got some clips I want to show you guys. And if you haven't seen it, these are some of the clips that we saw before. Let's get right into this freaking list right now because people said the list is coming, and I heard the list was coming. Let's take a look at some of this before we get into that.
News alert. The list with nearly 180 names of Jeffrey Epstein's associates, fixers, accusers, and employees has just been released by a judge here in New York. There are 1,000 pages of court records, and our team is going through them. And here's what we have so far. We suspected former President Bill Clinton would be named, and we were right. In a deposition with an Epstein victim, Johanna Schoberg, when she was asked, did Jeffrey ever talk to you about Bill Clinton? Johanna says, he said one time that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. The documents are also filled with names we already knew about, like Prince Andrew, billionaire Glenn Dubin, French modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel, and Clinton's former aide Doug Band. Jennifer Freeman is Epstein victim's lawyer extraordinaire. Have you combed through these documents? I know there's a lot. Has anything besides the Bill Clinton name jumped out at you?
Well, one of the things that's interesting is it's not exactly what we expected or we're told. There's no list of names. There's lots and lots of documents that need to be examined and studied and see what's in there. A lot of it we already knew or could have anticipated. There's a lot of discussion by Maxwell about all the reasons why she did nothing wrong. I did think that the information about Clinton was quite interesting, and also that a victim reported being on a helicopter with him and with Maxwell. There's another statement that she made that Clinton was on the island, which is very different than what we'd heard previously. We were heard that he wasn't on the island. Again, hard to say who to believe, of course, but he was on the island, but didn't take the bait. In other words, didn't have sexual relationships with any of the girls.
Jennifer, who said in these documents that Bill Clinton was on Epstein Island?
Johanna.
So let's talk about this now. So people in the chat, shout out to the 100 people in the freaking building. Everybody put 100 in the chat right now. You guys got to get back in the damn groove right now. Every time we hit 100 or 200, we drop it in the chat right now. Smack that damn like button. Let's get some money today, people. Now let's get to the Epstein list right now. So here's what I want to say. I'm going to sit back in my damn chair. I could do that, I think. Let me sit back in this chair. You know, what I'm thinking about with the Epstein list is, and actually Vaughn just said that. He said there's a lot of people in there that are in high power, right? People in the chat. You know what I'm talking about. Let me see some new faces in the chat. If you're here for the first time, let us know in the chat. Say first time. Feel the steel in the building. Why not in the house? Alice Watson in the building. Adam, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Here for the first time, let us know. Here's what I want to say. The people that are actually on that damn list, it's so powerful. And obviously the connections, the people there. But when you're in that position, we'll get to Shannon Sharpe in a second. When you're in that position of power, this was mentioned, it's like, don't hang out with people that don't have anything to lose. That was the whole thing with Shannon Sharpe. We'll get into in just 1 second. But all these powerful people going to one island, they named Bill Clinton. They're talking about Obama. They're talking about Michelle Obama. They also said Trump is in there too. But they're saying all these famous people, and the list is coming out. So we're refreshing your memory here with some of the stuff. Take a look.
I think the public will be rightly frustrated if no one is prosecuted for the Epstein client list, no one at all, which, you know, no one, like at least, I don't know, the top 5 or something, like some number there should at least be an attempted prosecution of the worst offenders.
Well, particularly if Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail for sex trafficking.
Yes.
Because, trafficking
that means sex trafficking occurred.
Right. So she's in jail for it.
Yes.
So
who were the clients?
Yeah. Yeah, how do you put someone in jail and you don't even name the clients? That sounds kind of insane.
I think, yes, it would. Yes.
Because it's just stunning that they've been able to hold it back for so long. It's really kind of amazing. Yes. Like when people say that people can't keep secrets, what the fuck are you talking about? Look at this.
Yeah, I mean, a bunch of these things are not like it's common knowledge, but we don't actually have the proof.
Right.
So the proof is there. I mean, there's lots of videos. Yeah, there's lots. I mean, the dude is like a mountain of whenever they raided Epstein's place, there would have been like a mountain of evidence. Where is that mountain?
Right. What'd you do with it?
Yes. Like who took possession of the evidence?
Yeah.
Specifically.
Right.
The individuals.
Where are the tapes?
Yes.
A little bit of refresher there for people coming to the chat right now. Who else is in here right now? I'm reading a lot of stuff in the building right now coming into the chat. You're here, by the way, over 100 people in the building. We're 120 people in the building right now. Smack that damn like button. I'll give you guys another chance to make some money right now live on the show. That's what we got to do. We got 32 likes, over 100 people in the chat. Here's a chance right now for all you guys to make some money. Here's a chance to make some money right now. You guys ready to go? If we get to 50 likes, this is the easy one. 50 likes, I'll give a lucky person $20 in the chat right now. If we get to 50 likes in the next 30 seconds, go now. I'm gonna start putting the countdown in the damn thing. You guys can see. You got right now some time. It's counting down. Get the 50 likes. Double tap your screen and see if you can do it. Our moderators will let us know if we hit those freaking goals in the damn building right now. So let's get back to this. So one thing I was gonna say is the people that are flying over there, there's a major difference between a client and somebody visiting. That's true. But here's the thing. How can you decide, like, why would you go to the island in the first place? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So you get what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go to Epstein Island, you're going there because you heard about Epstein Island.
Yeah, you're a client automatically.
You're a client automatically.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my eyes, you're a client.
Okay. So here's the thing though. If you get invited, hey, let's go to the island and there's gonna be some parties. Jeffrey Epstein, he was a popular person from one reason or another. We're headed to the island. We're gonna go over there. What are we doing over there? Is like the thing. Like in my mind, like where are we going? What are we doing there? Like like that's the thing. If they said, yo, we're going to party, I'm like, nothing wrong with that. Bunch of celebrities going to a party. Like yo, it's like a Diddy party. Why are you not going?
Yeah. But they wouldn't blindside you with that. They wouldn't just show up and there's little kids and stuff unless they know like you're down with that. They're gonna brief you on that.
Okay, yeah. All right. So
I feel like that's how I feel. Like
okay. So Von's saying that you're getting briefed. What you're saying is before they went to Epstein Island, they say, look, this is what we're doing over here.
Yeah.
We're booking your ticket. Actually, you come on the plane with us.
Private jet.
You get on the damn plane and you see it right now. You're like, oh, where are we going here?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So now, if you're in a position, and this is a good question, if you're in a position and you jump on a plane, there's a bunch of people there, but you are not really involved with them. By the way, shout out Mile High in the freaking building. How you feeling? Jim McGuire in the house. How the hell are you doing? Hold on a second, Mile High.
Make some noise!
And we appreciate you. We appreciate you in the building right now, coming into the live stream. First time back in our freaking studio in over a week. And yesterday was horrific. I just got to tell you again, people coming to the chat right now. So, you know what? Let's get to some of these clips real quick, and then we're going to move on. Let's get to some of these clips real quick because this shit is just getting more interesting.
Is the government hiding a client list or anything that the Trump administration could release tonight?
No, there is no client list. There never has been a client list. What there is a redacted FBI affidavit from accusers. There are several of them from accusers that accuse Jeffrey, that accuse various people of having improper sex. The names of the people accused have been blacked out. Now, of course, because I was the lawyer and I did all the investigations, I know who all these people are. I could figure out, based on everything that I saw, who Mr. X is, Mr. Y is, and Mr. Z. I can tell you right now, none of them are public figures who are currently in office. Some of them were previously in office. Some of them are dead. But there is no client list. And the redactions could be undone if you go to court. So many of the things that are being suppressed by two judges in Manhattan. And they're doing it largely to protect the alleged accusers who are, in the view of the judges, victims, even though we don't know what their actual status is. But the judges have issued orders, which is why I can't disclose things I'd love to disclose. But Pam Bondi and the Justice Department and Donald Trump are not responsible for that. I don't know of any information that they could disclose that they haven't disclosed. Now, maybe there is some, but I'm simply not aware of it.
So here's my situation right here. All of these people came in, like, especially from the Democrats, will hate on Trump and say he should have released the list already. I will tell you, I think he should release the list too. I mean, but here's the thing. If you're in the chat right now, you're a Trump supporter, put Trump in the chat right now. If you love Trump, put Trump in the chat right now. If you don't like Trump, then put impeach right now. How you feeling? Christy in the chat, Ozzy in the building, Mary in the building. Is it Bobette or Bobette Davidson? Welcome to the show. In the chat right now, if you are a Trump supporter, put Trump in the freaking chat right now. If you're not, then put impeach. I want to see how you guys are feeling because, look, they in the previous, people in office, Biden office, they didn't say, hey, let's release the list. Either like they are now trying to vote and say Democrats are saying we should release it, but they had a lot of time to release the list.
Yeah.
They didn't release the list, right? So now Trump's in there and they're mad at him like, hey, you didn't release the list. Now, I think that he should release the list, but why didn't they release the list, right? That's the thing.
I think everybody's on it because Trump too, like every time the list gets brought up, he'll just do something random. Like he'll be like, let me release the JFK files and let me release the Martin Luther King files. Like, we want the Epstein files.
I agree with that. Like literally out of nowhere, you're like, hey, wait a second. Even you can love a guy, you hate a guy, you love Trump, don't like Trump. But when it comes to the Epstein list, it's like release a list, and he's like, and by the way, I'm a big time Trump supporter, but release a list. Hey, let's change the Washington Commanders back to the Redskins.
Yeah.
Like he's like, we got to flip the script and let's talk about this. And so I agree. That kind of shit kind of gets under my skin a little bit because I'm like, just if you're not on the list, release it. But then it's like, wait, all these celebrities, your friends are on the list. That's what I was talking about before we took our week break.
Yeah.
Now we're getting back into it. What do you do if you look at it and you see a close friend, a relative, an uncle? What do? You're done at that point.
You gotta be like, hey man, you got me looking bad out here, man.
But you're not gonna release.
You got me looking like I'm on the list. Nobody's even talking about you. They keep saying I'm on the list. You the one on the list. Like I'm about to release it.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll be honest. I'm looking at it like, wait a second. If I get on the list, and I got to just keep it real. I mean, a lot of people might not keep it real, but I got to keep it real. If in fact I'm looking at the list and I'm like, wait a second, this is your family member or your best friend or whatever, you're like, I can't release this list because I'm just going to release my own family out on the list like that. I think that's the situation that people just not trying to hear right now. Like that's just not going to work out. I don't think that's going to work out. Let me move on to this piece right here. Let's take a look at this.
I don't believe there's a client list. I don't believe Jeffrey Epstein planned to blackmail anyone. I don't believe Jeffrey Epstein was in the employ of the Mossad or any other intelligence agency or any of these crazy Tucker Carlson theories that are going around.
You asked Epstein, frankly, if he had any dirt on President Trump. What did he tell you?
He said absolutely not. It was an important issue to him. This was before I knew President Trump at all, of course. This is 2019. I don't suggest that our conversation was limited just to that.
Sure.
But this was at a time in which it would have behooved Mr. Epstein to give up every wealthy and famous person that he knew in his own defense. And so specifically, I asked him about Donald Trump because, they had been publicly associated in the past, and Trump threw him out of his club years earlier. He said absolutely not, and that it was important to him that people not cast aspersions on Donald Trump and others who we spoke about by wrongly associating him with any of his activities.
Well, that's the whole thing. So you were just saying that too. But like Trump, so if he's on the list, is he on the list as someone who did something wrong? Because he told Pam Bondi to release the list. I mean, that's what we're told, right?
And matter of fact, like if somebody I knew was on the list, first of all, I'm not even your friend anymore anyway. If you're doing something like that, so
that's
I gotta
true.
wash my hands with that anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I agree with that. So at the end of the day, he's like, I told you to release the list. So let's take a look at some of this stuff right now.
So what happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to the FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars.
So, like, at the end of the day, Trump ran on that, actually. He ran on releasing the list. That was one thing. He ran on releasing the list. And then on top of that, he got in, he said he's going to release the list. So I think, I'll be honest, people in the chat right now, you see people, again, Trump in the chat. You love Trump, put Trump in the chat right now. If you do not like Trump, then let us know in the chat. We're trying to get a feel for who's coming in the building. By the way, we're back in the new studio now. We're here. We're rocking. Hope you guys can hear the sound okay, the quality. All this stuff's going to amp up. We got motion, graphics, computers, all kind of shit that's going to adjust live right here in the building. I'm just letting you guys know what's going on right now. So you guys are definitely dialed in here to what we're talking about. I'm taking a look right now.
Is it a vote or can he just release the list?
So at this point, they had a vote, and a lot of Republicans actually denied the vote. That's what it said, and I'll show that right now. They denied the vote, but now he told Pam Bondi to do what they got to do to release it. So that's where he's at. But here's right here the message that we got to show.
We have breaking news right now. Axios is reporting that the Department of Justice and the FBI have released a memo concluding that Jeffrey Epstein did not have a client list and did not blackmail any third parties. This comes after Elon Musk said that Donald Trump was on the Epstein list, but now apparently Epstein didn't have a quote unquote.
I mean, look, if there's a list to be read, then it's kind of like you get in office and you're the president of the United States of America. The whole world's looking at this. This isn't like hey, this is just America or just one state. The whole world's like, wow, this shit's going on here. The prince, I'm not using anybody's name on here. Want to get sued here, trying to make some shit up. I'm just saying,
because they traffic kids from those places too, so it's affecting everybody. Because
exactly,
their kids are getting trafficked. Just like
same shit.
Yeah.
Whether they're from, I mean, laugh about it, but they come from here, come from Mexico, they're coming from, Venezuela, Guatemala, the Spanish ones. Then you go over, you got Spain, and then you go into like Asia and all these other places. This shit's happening all across the world, right? Yeah. So that we got to show these clips here. That's what I'm getting at right now. And if you didn't see her, look how she's looking in there in prison right now. She's looking a little shaky. I'm just saying.
She just got moved to a minimum security prison.
So
she might get pardoned.
Yeah. I mean, look.
He said he's not going to rule that possibility out. He said he can't do that. Nah, for real.
But Trump's not ruling. Trump's looking at every possible situation. Like he's just, then he has like the Alcatraz going on. Like he's got a lot going on the plate. Yeah. The plate is, if your plate is down here, his plate is just rocking right now. I'm not sure that he's really, dialing into I'll get with this, the taxes. I'll get with, the safety of our country. We'll do another day on the show. Yeah. I'll get with, obviously capital gains, lowering interest rates, trying to buy property. All that's cool. But when it comes to the Epstein list, the biggest problem I think that if you're in the chat right now, you're Republican. In the chat, put an R right now if you're a Republican. If you're a Republican in the chat, put an R right now. If you're a Democrat, put a D in the chat. I got a question for you real quick. I got to ask you guys this. I want you to do that for a reason. R in the chat, Republican, D if you're a Democrat. But what I'm saying is this. He ran on that, though. So the problem is, I think the Democrats, instead of just being like, he's on the list, they're like, hey, he won because he said he was going to do that. He said he was going to arrest illegal people. Yeah. And he's arresting illegal people. So then the Democrats are mad. So here's the thing that's so weird. They're like, hey, you didn't release the list. You said you're going to release the list. But then he said he was going to arrest illegal people. And they're like, you can't do that. So I feel like Democrats, I'll be honest, Democrats kind of pick and choose a little bit how they want to, when shit hits the fan, they pick and choose. But when it comes to the Epstein list, I think Republicans and Democrats realistically are on the same page. I'm not talking about people in office. I'm talking about the world of people walking around.
They just did a census on it, and they said that I think it's 1 in 5 Americans are concerned about it. Like that's a lot of people. 1
in 5 are concerned about the list.
Yeah.
What I think it should be 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 is all I'm saying.
No, some people don't even care. People not even paying attention to this. There's a lot of young people in the world, they don't care about this list. Yeah.
Or Ghislaine Maxwell.
They want to see I Show Speed.
I Show Speed. My kid watches I Show Speed on a daily basis. I'm like, what about the Brandon Mace show? He's like, I'm watching I Show Speed. I'm like, okay, run with that. So I guess here's another clip here I want to show you too. This was an interesting clip. Let's take a look at this one right here. This is what I was talking about, how the Republicans didn't, they blocked it from being released. And this came out, and then Trump said, no, release it. But let's see this clip real quick.
We have some major breaking news. Republicans in Congress just completely blocked the release of the Epstein files. House Republicans late tonight voted against attaching a Democratic amendment to a landmark cryptocurrency bill that would force the Justice Department to release all of the files. Before the vote, the author of the amendment, Democratic Representative Ro told Axios, quote, the question with Epstein is, whose side are you on? Are you on the side of the rich and powerful, or are you on the side of the people? And I guess the Republicans are in favor of the rich and powerful because the House Rules Committee, which is controlled by Republicans, voted 5-6 against attaching Khanna's amendment to a procedural measure related to the Genius Act. The measure would have forced Attorney General Pam Bondi to publish all documents related to Epstein on a public website within 30 days of it being enacted. So there you have it. Democrats are trying to get these documents released. Republicans just blocked it in the middle of the night, hoping.
So that's one thing that I gotta tell you. When I take a look at that, I'm like, okay, Trump, we gotta do something about this. So here's what I will say. People in the chat. Lunar, how you feeling? Brian in the building, how you feeling? Remax in the house. Ozzy in the building. KC Royals in the building. How the hell you feeling? Batty shit in the building. How you batshit crazy in the chat? How are you feeling? If you're here for the first time, let us know right now. If you're here for the first time, we're in a new studio, working out the kinks, getting some stuff rolling here, getting it moving. But here's what I want to say that I think is kind of interesting. Trump hasn't released the list. Democrats didn't release the list. It gets to a certain point where you say, is there a list? Why are they holding it back? I don't want to get my boys in trouble. We don't get our donors in trouble. By the way, the people that give a lot of money to Trump, if they're on the list, he can't. That's just not going to happen. I mean, it's so bad for obviously the girls out there that got hurt, or the boys or whatever. It wasn't just sex trafficking one or the other. It was, from my understanding, it's just minors, whatever. So,
but who orchestrated this? Who orchestrated this raid of his island and everything? If the people that are in power don't want this to be put to light,
you know what? That's true. That's true. In the chat right now, that's a question for the chat. If the FBI did not want to release this or is not going to release this, then why did they raid this in the first place? And is Jeffrey Epstein, is he actually gone? Like, some people are like, Jeffrey Epstein's alive. I'm like, wait a second. Like, they're saying that Epstein, that he's actually alive. And I'm like, I don't know if he's, people believe in these, I can't really go down that road because I can't really understand some of that, but it's more like, hey, he's not dead. He's alive. Like, I don't know if his ass is alive or not, but I can tell you that she's in there. And now you said that they moved her to a different security where she's now with general population.
I don't know if she's with general population, but she's in a lower security prison.
So she's actually in a position, that sounds more like she's on her way out.
Yeah.
Because if she goes
potentially,
if she goes missing in prison,
that's a whole nother story.
That's a story.
It's how you go missing in prison.
Yeah, like Epstein.
No, but he supposedly died, but going missing in prison is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, going missing. Yeah, no, true. Going missing. I mean, going missing. I mean, poof, be gone. Like, hey, funeral.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think the whole situation with the Epstein list right now is they're not going to release it. It's not coming out. Trump said he's going to ran on that. If in fact, if you're watching live right now in the damn building, over 100 people in the damn chat right now. Make some noise! Smack that freaking like button if you're watching live right now. If you're in the building, give you guys a chance to make some money. If we get over 100 likes in the next 1 minute, I'll give a lucky person $200 in the chat right now if you're watching live. Here's my thing, and I'll leave it with this. And we'll move on to Shannon Sharpe. If Donald Trump does not release the list in the next 3 years, because obviously he's there for 4 years, some people think he'll be there forever. If, in fact, he doesn't release the list until then, I think that could affect the voting into the next election. I think because if he doesn't release it, then I think a lot of the Republicans are going to say, you know what, I don't something's up with this guy. And I think Democrats are already going to flip anyway. So I think that can directly affect. If he does, in fact, release the list, then I think that people are going to be like, he's a man of his word. In the chat right now, if Trump releases the list, would you say he's a man of his word? Republicans, Democrats, if Trump releases the Epstein list, would you have to say round of applause for him? Like, would you have to do that? Because people right now are thinking that he might not. Democrats didn't do it. If Trump does it, do we have to give him a round of applause and say, you know what? He did what he said he would do. He ran on that and he got it done, right? Like,
yeah,
he would give a lot of kudos for that.
Yeah, he said he didn't even chill with Jeffrey Epstein after a while because I think Jeffrey Epstein was poaching his employees. He was like trying to hire his employees and stuff. That's what he said. I was listening to something today.
And he got kicked out of his location or whatever too. He got kicked out of his whatever Trump had going on. He had to kick him out because
so he said he never been to the island or anything like that.
Yeah, see,
that's what he said.
This is where shit's getting shaky. This is where shit's getting shaky because there's a lot of now here we go again with the conspiracy theorists that all the pictures of Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, people are saying no, they're true.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's what I'm saying.
It looks pretty true, but AI nowadays,
right?
You don't know.
Roger in the chat just put Elvis, Michael Jackson, Jeff Epstein, all in the same place. You guys agree with that right now? Wait, hold on. Are you saying are you saying they did the same thing, like as the same kind of people, or are you saying they all vanished into the same place?
He might be saying that.
Yeah, because Michael Jackson was going too.
Yeah, but they all have the same kind of accusations. Like Elvis Presley, apparently he married like a 14-year-old girl or something like that, and then Michael Jackson, he has all his accusations now.
Hold on, Von's coming in the booth with a lot of knowledge today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really too sure about that one. Which I didn't really go down that road. Actually, Michael Jackson has some good ass music, but I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really follow Michael Jackson's like lifestyle. I just know that Michael Jackson had that look to him that would be a little off. No,
he started getting creepy towards the end of his life. He was smooth at first, then he started looking a little scary. But if you watch this, but like the internet can spin anything and make you believe anything for real. Like you can go down a rabbit hole crazy. So if you ever watch like Leaving Neverland, like you would think he's the worst guy ever. But
here's the thing: to look that bad,
very scary.
To look that bad years ago, you had to be looking bad because nowadays they can make you look bad. You know what I'm saying? They can make you look bad as a bad person. They can make you look like you did some crazy shit. All these celebrities, they can use AI. They can use all these different editing softwares, and they could put you where you weren't supposed to be.
If I have 10 people say you did something, you're gonna look bad. It don't matter what area you're in.
You're saying if someone just said you did something?
They had like interviews. They had a lot of stuff. They had like, and then and especially back in the day, you didn't have access to the internet like that, so you can't go do your own research. You're just watching what's put on TV for you. So if everybody's saying he did this, like he did that, back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. And then look at this and go, hey, back in the day when they actually didn't even have all the social media, didn't have those cell phones, didn't have all that. Someone just got a picture with a regular camera and printed it out. It was kind of hard to make that shit up back in the day. So for someone to do that, to be caught doing all that, you got to be doing a lot, is all I'm saying. Because you could do one thing right now and people are like, oh, this bad person. They blow it up everywhere. But if you have the Neverland, if you got Neverland. If you got Neverland going on back in the day and the shit is just going bananas back in the day and they didn't even have social media and everyone knew about Neverland and this, you had Neverland.
No, he did.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Like he had Neverland, but like, what was going on inside Neverland, we don't know. But he's saying he was doing some things in there.
So okay, let's move on to, you know what I mean? We got to move on because Neverland's getting out of pocket. Let's move on right now to our conversation that we got to have, and that is with Shannon Sharpe. We're going to have that right now. So Shannon Sharpe officially fired from ESPN. You guys have seen that, right? And they talked about his girl or whatever. And so Shannon Sharpe officially fired from ESPN. And at one point it was like, oh, you're gonna sit back for a while. You could put on leave or whatever. Yeah. You're just not gonna be here for a little bit of time until we figure this whole thing out. And what happens is a lot of times, if you're watching live in the building right now, smack that damn like button if you like sports and entertainment right now in the building. Here's what I want to say, and I'm gonna show Shannon Sharpe some clips right now because Shannon Sharpe is now terminated. His ass ain't there. Yeah. But what I'm saying is to now get fired from ESPN, you're done, and this girl makes a shit ton of money now, and she retires rich. We're going to show some of that, and we're going to show what she actually, we're going to show what he said after he spoke out. Let's take a look at this clip real quick.
I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize.
So basically, what he did was he said, "Look, please don't release this, ESPN, until my brother gets the Hall of Fame, gets all this, because he didn't want to
overshadow his.
Overshadow. And so this happens anyway, and they release it. That was kind of fucked up. I'll be honest about that, because even though if he did what he did, that they're saying we'll show here in a second, was screwed up. I'll say that obviously is not right. But what I will say is they could have just gave him a week without releasing that, but they didn't do it. Let's take a look at this clip.
Hey, my daughter's a budget. You got a budget. I don't get whatever you do after that.
What number? I mean, I don't want to be in your business, but what number you said?
30,000.
Okay. So you can have a wedding with 30,000?
I don't know what you can have. I ain't even one getting married. I don't give a damn. Hey, they better go get one of them on Friday. Hey, y'all from the South, y'all know about that fried catfish and spaghetti plate. Hey, I know somebody hooked that thing right on up. What they charge by the plate? $10.50 a head. Spaghetti, fried catfish, a piece of cornbread, and a styrofoam cup of sweet tea. That's all you're getting. Man, I'm not finna go. Hey, just because they oh hell, no, man, I wish I might take that money and put a down payment on the house. Man, you crazy, Ocho. Man, I wish I might put all that money for my daughter just because I got it.
Listen, Shannon Sharpe is not playing. At the end of the day, he was cool bananas right there. Yeah. Look, I like watching the show, but they said she wanted $50 million.
Yeah.
Now, it says here, this says breaking ESPN has fired Shannon Sharpe after settling a $50 million lawsuit. They settled the $50 million lawsuit. She didn't get $50 million, but it says they settled the $50 $50 million. She settles for XYZ money, which she get $20-30 million, and then she retires.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to show right now. Take a look.
Some people, they want to do, they get a career, they want to put into their 401k and all of that. But some of these girls, they have a whole different retirement plan.
Done. And hold up, Katt Williams said some stuff. Hold up. Let me go to Katt Williams, because Katt Williams said he tried to tell him. Let's take a look.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
Basically, he's saying that the white women, whether that's true or not, the white women, the black guys dating them, could take your ass down in a second. And I'm saying it's not about race. It's about at this point in your life. It's It
just happened pretty frequently. So
yeah, like athletes, musicians, whatever.
Kobe, a whole bunch of people.
This is true. Let's take a look at this.
He called black women gold diggers. He told his own children, that he should be the last option that they are able to call whenever they need help. He didn't even want to pay for his own, I believe it was his daughter's wedding. He was a willing participant. In every single thing that he did, and I don't feel sorry for him. The universe sent him signs. Katt Williams tried to warn him. He said it takes 2 weekends. Monique tried to warn him that him now, at the age of 57, shouldn't be messing with a girl that is, 36 years younger than him? And he didn't listen. And he kept it going. And now he has lost his entire football career, basically because him and that girl had to settle for $23 million. His whole football career, he only made 22. So she got his entire Hall of Fame football career within, plus $1 million within just a few short months.
When you put it like that she just took his entire NFL career in just a few months. He played all them years of football.
That's crazy.
And they're like, hey, that's it. So what's your take on that? I got the girl here, V. I mean, we could pull her up right here. What's your take on Shannon Sharpe here? He's with this young girl. So a lot of people have different thought process on this, right? Like you could say, hey, look, you don't blame the man. He's dating a young, beautiful girl, right? And some people would take offense to that. I'm not. I try to keep it real and say what I think.
Yeah.
At his age, right? I think that it looks better, and it's better for someone to date someone that's in your playing field.
Yeah.
Right? If you're 40 and 30 or 50 and 40, you know, but and 30 and 20, whatever. But when you get to Shannon Sharpe and this younger girl, people are taking offense to that.
36 years is a big difference. That's crazy. And I understand if you just want to have some fun and stuff like that, but like, what do they really like? And they probably did have a little bit in common and everything like that, but like, that's a big difference to be like 46 and she's 20.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a look. I'll get you on the screen. You take a look at them at the bottom of the screen. What you think?
I mean, just like I just said, like, what do you plan on doing with her? Like, growing old together? Like, you about to be old in a little bit. What do you plan on doing? So it's just like, you setting yourself up.
Vaughn said you about to be old in a little bit.
Yeah, but
I get you. I get you. But what I'm saying is this, and this is why I look at this in a way. Guys work their whole life to make money to be able to do things that they can do. And I'm not saying that men don't have other thoughts in their mind, but men work their whole life to get somewhat important, right? Like, why do men work so hard? In the chat right now. Why do men work so hard? In the chat right now. Someone tell me, why do men work so hard? What would be the point of you being like, I'm busting my ass, get this money, boom? For several reasons. Here's my reasons. To like live well, eat well, dress well. And then you're like, you want to drive something nice. And then you want to buy this nice house. If you take all the beautiful women, you know, out of the city, out of Miami, first off, I wouldn't be paying these prices. I don't think anybody would come down here and pay these prices. No. So men got to be doing a lot just to get women in the first place. Because what's the point of driving a nice ass car? I mean, if you got the bread and you're whipping a nice car, it feels good, but you'll drive an old Honda Civic, a whole, like, whatever, because it didn't really bother you until you're like, I want to try to meet some girls and I want to do something. You want to drive something nice.
Yeah. So
what's the point? What's the reality of men making all this money? What's the reason? Like, you got to make money so you could do what? So I could just feel good I got money. But
well, for him, he playing sports, so he was doing something he loved. So he didn't really, with the attention on making all that money, he was really just good at the sport, and he made all that money. And
True.
Then, but I don't even know how you can get tricked out of your spot by a 20-year-old. Like, come on, that's crazy.
Yeah, but look, the essay allegations and all this, or whatever the hell they are, the allegations that they have on Shannon Sharpe, which is why ESPN said we're parting ways. He lost over $100 million. There was a company that wanted to buy all of his, and it wasn't ESPN. It was a company that wanted, if people are watching this live right now, I appreciate you. They wanted to buy the rights to all his content. So people didn't know this, but ESPN, he had a major contract. And then he had another deal coming in that was based upon basically anything you create on social media, we want to have rights to that. Those people are offering him a lot of money.
Yeah.
So he's living his life, having fun, going out. I don't think for a second that, this is my opinion, I don't think for a second, seeing Shannon Sharpe, seeing his personality, seeing what he does, I don't think that he was going out of his way to necessarily be a bad person to anybody. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he wasn't having fun, being whatever. I don't see, I mean, if you go back in time, I don't see his nature right now hanging with this girl trying to be like, I'm going to treat you bad for some
I mean, everybody looks good when you see them on TV and stuff like that. You don't know their personal life.
It's true.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see him doing that either. But and then I don't know. They were in a relationship for how long?
They were going basically hanging out. Then they met. Then they hung out again. And then that's the thing I'm getting at. This is the same shit. Diddy case is different, but she hung out with him. Then she's saying this happened, and then she hung out with him again.
Yeah.
So she wasn't forced to hang out that next time.
No.
She just went that next time because there was perks in it for her.
Yeah. Opportunities.
Yeah. So again, if I'm the judge in the courtroom, and I'm not, but if I was the judge in the courtroom, I would say, Miss Thang, you know, I mean, you know, you're looking good or whatever, right? But the reality is, you look down there, reality is, you know, it's like the weatherman. You got to be opposite of however the hell you point. Right there, you're like, okay, you're looking good or whatever. But if he did something wrong, why did you then all of a sudden go back? Let me go hang out with him again. Is what I'm like, okay, if I'm a judge, I'm like, you must have been in this to win this for whatever reason.
Yeah, and then he's not going to do it wrong again. Well, some people are crazy, they will. But if you did something wrong the first time and then they come and hang out with you again, you're probably not going to do it again because you're like, yo, I got away with it. Let me just.
But he was into the role playing situation. That's what they were saying. I got a bunch of clips on that. But the role playing situation, let's show this clip right here. This is a clip I don't know if it's
Shannon Sharpe officially out at ESPN. A source familiar with the situation telling NBC News that the Hall of Famer will not return to the network. It comes after he settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault, according to the plaintiff's attorney. Sharpe has strongly denied the allegations made against him before he stepped back from his role. ESPN has not commented.
Well, ESPN doesn't have to comment. They just fired the man. Like that, you're gone. And by the way, they have a morality clause. I don't know if anybody knows this, but they have a morality clause in these contracts where if you do something that they believe is against the, morals, ethics, if you want to put it like that. Smack the like button if you're watching live right now. I'll give you guys a chance to make some money before we close out the show today. If you're watching live, let me take a look at it right now. If we get to 100 likes, guys, over 100 people in the chat right now. If we get to 100 likes in the next minute, I'll give a lucky one you right now $200 in the chat. If you're watching live, first time in our studio going live where the internet is on. So we got a lot of stuff going on here, organizing it and getting all the IP addresses set over here for YouTube to know where we are and live to share our content. We greatly appreciate you. So what I want to finish with in this conversation, and you could give me your take too, is you get this kind of money, and this was the message I was saying earlier was, if you're a guy and you want to go hang out with whatever girl you want, you're going to get a lot of women because money, fame, whatever. I don't think this was just off his looks. I'm not saying the guy's a bad looking guy. I'm just saying she's that young. We'll pull that clip up again. If we show this right here, she obviously is a good looking girl and she's very young right here. She's not hanging out with him because he's the most good looking guy is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's not a good looking guy. I'm just saying there's no reason for her to actually do that. So now it leads to believe that there's more in it for her, which is financials, maybe perks of doing certain things. Did she set him up from the beginning? Like, was that in her mind?
Possibly. That's why I said, like, a lot of women like have that as a retirement plan. They be like, oh, they don't believe in. Well, it makes me sound like I'm saying all women. I'm not saying all women, but there's some women that are like that. Like, they just have that on their mind.
In the chat right now, yes or no? Was Shannon Sharpe wrong? Yes or no? And I'm saying this in a position where if you're watching live right now, that you could say, yes, he was wrong because he's a bad person, or put, no, he wasn't because this girl was out for no good. Like that's what I'm getting at right now. Did she go after the money? Did she go after the bread? Was this on her mind? Hey, you know what? This guy, Shannon Sharpe, he's all over. He's blowing up. First off, Shannon Sharpe, I will say this. First and foremost, he's blown up over the years. He was with Skip Bayless on Undisputed, play a ball before that. Then he gets onto these networks, and then he had the interview with Katt Williams made him a superstar. I mean, he was already a star.
Yeah.
From football, whatever. You move up from football, then you're Undisputed, arguing with Skip Bayless back and forth on the show, podcast, whatever you want to call it. That was good.
Yeah.
But then, he does Club Shay Shay, which is his interviews, right? And then he has Nightcap.
Yeah.
But when he was working with Katt Williams on that interview, I swear the next day it was like, did you see that interview with Katt Williams? You see the interview with Katt Williams? He had some crazy amount of millions of views.
Yeah.
And that took him, would you say that took him to from where he was to stardom on online?
It took him to where it doesn't even matter if ESPN fired him anymore.
Right.
Because now,
So now this lady, to end the topic of the show today, what I was getting at.
Hold, my bad. Is there a different picture of her, or is there a clip or something? Because from this don't look like, she don't look that good to where he just lost he just lost all his money for this little skinny.
Yeah, we could pull it up.
Well,
I could pull it up.
She's pretty, but
I could pull it up. We got the pictures.
He didn't lose all his money, but he just played.
We could actually
paid
pull it up.
A lot of money.
So you know what it is. You know what it is though. These girls, first and foremost,
so he might have really liked her.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because she's a young girl, and so he's just like, I live my life. I got this. I got my kids. Got my family, and I'm becoming more famous. And this girl said it best. I should have saved the damn video. She said this, and it stuck with me. She said, "Don't hang out with people that don't have something to lose." Because if he hung out with a celebrity, like a girl that was a celebrity, and something happened, the next day, it's not about really the money. I'm not saying they can't sue for money, but this girl had a super come up in a matter of months, and she retired at her age. Like, she really is not working anymore. She's like, I'm good at them OnlyFans, and I hung out with Shannon Sharpe a couple times. Now, her life was kind of weird, right? Like, people are like, you're the girl that, like, you're not gonna, like, if you look up a couple times, especially the younger generation, if they see her, they're blowing that up all over social media, taking pictures, videos. Does she care though with $23 million?
No, she don't care.
She's doing good.
Yeah, she'll do it again if she could.
Okay, so last question. People in the chat right now, what's the dating, like, what makes sense in dating where Shannon Sharpe, if he's in his 50s, how old is Shannon Sharpe, by the way? Is he? Let's type it.
He got to be 46 because they said.
No, he's like 56.
They said he's 36 years older than her.
Well, hold up. He's older than that.
Oh no. So he's 56.
He's 57.
He's 56. My bad, because I just did the math.
He just turned 57.
She was 20.
He just turned 57 in June 26th. So he turned 57. So what age group is it considered weird when you're 57? What age group, people in the chat right now, if you're watching live, if Shannon Sharpe's 57, what age group makes sense where people are like, that's not weird? Is it if he's 57 and she's in her 30s?
Yeah, like 36, 37.
In the chat, let me know right now in the building before we sign off today. What age group is it that Shannon Sharpe, if he's 57, what age when you see him walking with this little girl, whatever, how old, is it weird? Is it when he gets to the teen? Because the teen is weird. The teen, it sounds weird.
If they're not older than your kids.
That's what I was getting to next.
Yeah.
So he's got kids. And I've seen this before though. I'm not gonna say any names. I know a billionaire here in Miami that has a 21 or had a 21-year-old girlfriend. And he's probably 67 and she walks around and she's, cute or whatever. Does that mean that he's wrong because he's dating a good-looking girl? That's the thing I'm getting. Because
not legally, it's not legally wrong, but I mean, it's dependent on your intentions. Like, if you really connect with this girl and y'all are hanging out all the time and you just get genuine feelings for them and then y'all dating like that. But if you're actively pursuing younger girls all the time, then that's an issue.
Feel the Steel said in the chat, what age you consider an adult? So, so at 18, it's 18. And Trump is trying to move that to 21.
He should.
That's what he's trying to do. That's what, if they're in the chat right now, should Trump move the legal age of dating to 21?
Wait, dating?
Yeah, like.
Like the consent. Legal age of consent.
Yeah, like you got to be 21. They're saying in the chat. Is it weird? Yes or no? They're saying 21 years old is where Trump's trying to move it to where the legal opportunity to date a girl, she's got to be at least 21. If you are,
plus 21.
But how does it get weird? Like, what if you're 21 and she's 20?
That's not weird.
Right, it's not weird. But is that considered illegal? Like, these are laws. These are laws that I don't know. I think there's some law to that.
Yeah.
Like, I think once you turn 21 and she's not 21, like, is that considered? So Rich G said, yes, legal age needs to be 21. People in the chat right now, let me know.
I agree.
Feel the Steel said, reverse it. If a 57-year-old woman wants to date an 18-year-old young buck, are we judging her? This is true.
But look, we could just put it like this. If anybody in the chat, like if they had a daughter that was 18 and she came home with a 57-year-old man, you're going to be like, yo, get this man out of my house.
Yeah,
right?
that's not happening. And I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, come on.
I'm not going to lie. I got to be honest with that. If it was my daughter, You know, we're talking age difference. You know, when you, if you're 40 and a person, once you hit 35, 40 as a female, once you hit 40, you date. However, I think 40 is like you date 100 now. Because 40 is like you're 40. Okay, but like if you're in your 20s, it looks awkward because it's like you're trying to find a come up at this point. And at 40, you already been through some time. But in your 20s, you might be looking for that come up.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what she did. And she obviously was, because she was OnlyFans is looking up for the come up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's obviously that's in her personality that she's willing to put her morals to the side to get where she got to go.
Yeah. And by the way, we got some OnlyFans models that are going to join our show. So I'm sure you guys watching right now will find it interesting. And in the building right now, let us know before we sign off today, what is it that you actually want to see on the show? Let us know right now. If you're in the building right now watching live, what is it that you would like to see on the show? Would you like to see NFL, NBA players? Would you like to see OnlyFans models? Who would you like to see on the show? Let us know the person, because we have people that are going to start joining us in the studio. Vaughn was with us today. First time really joining us in the booth. Yesterday was out of control. Greatly appreciate CC in the chat. Blitzy in the building. How you feeling? KH in the building. Kingston in the chat.
Hey, one more thing.
Go ahead.
You know that you might not know who this girl is. Lil Tay. She's like this Asian little girl. She went viral. She was like young and she was doing like this crazy stuff online. She just released her OnlyFans. She had like a countdown till when she turns 18, she's gonna release her OnlyFans, and she made like $1 million and some in 3 hours.
You know what? I see it right now. It right now.
That's crazy, right?
We got to get Lil Tay on the show.
People were waiting for that while she was 17 and all that, just waiting.
Lil Tay makes over $1 million on OnlyFans within hours of joining the application. She made over $1 million within the first few hours on her 18th birthday, claiming she made that money immediately. Wow.
Yeah.
She just turned 18 years old, July 29th.
Yeah.
B hit on that. B's on top of his game, not gonna lie. Comes in the building, dropping knowledge, using words we don't know, and that's good.
Obviously, I ain't know the word either earlier, but I knew I was going with it.
Yeah, you kind of said it. You kind of said it a little funky, but you know what? The fact that you went for it showed you were a go-getter on the show, and that's important. That stands for something.
The chat guy, look out for me. They gotta let me know.
The chat did look out for you.
Yeah.
People in the chat right now, put Vaughn in the chat. Let Vaughn, we know we talk about it. Who wants to come? If you want to come on the show, you'll be able to call in live, hang out with us. We thank Vaughn for joining us. Vaughn wants to come on a daily basis. We want to have him in here as one of the co-hosts of the show, and people coming and joining us on the platform every freaking day, having conversation. What are we saying in the chat right now? And you know what? During today's show, new in the building, you know I like to pin a lot of your messages on the live stream. I didn't get a chance to do that today, which I will be doing that moving forward for tomorrow, because we got a lot of conversation to bring up. People in the chat right now, we really, really appreciate you joining our show today. As you know, we're in the new studio. We are here for 3 weeks, and we move right across the hall into all the glass backgrounds and all the cool shit and cameras you guys are going to love. We greatly appreciate you for joining us today, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Everyone that will be in here, come early. If you're watching the show right now, make sure tomorrow morning to get the spark back flying. I know we were off for a week. To get the sparks back flying on the show, make sure you come in here early tomorrow. Get in here at 9:55. Come in at 9:50. We're in here hanging out, talking to all the beautiful people that join our show all the time. Brenda, Christina, Lisa in the building. Appreciate you. Candy, Melvin, how you feeling? How the hell are you doing? Welcome to the show. KH, Bobbit, Dosage, Blitzy, CC, all the people in the chat right now. If you were here before, Nathan, Feel the Steel, Jeff Lee, I'm trying to scroll up. I'm just looking at the names. Roger, people that are in the chat right now. Obviously, Pitbull Mama. Make sure, come on the show early tomorrow. That's what we want you guys to do, because we're about to get it rocking and rolling live in the building, starting tomorrow again live at 10 a.m. Get here early. All love to you guys. See all of you tomorrow morning at 9:50. Be here early. Love and appreciate every single one of you. See you tomorrow.
Control. Talk to your neurologist today.
When your morning schedule is full, but your belly isn't. When your kid's school pickup needs an afternoon pick-me-up. We could all use a little kind in our snack emergencies. A little protein for breakfast, sustained energy from whole grains for a midday snack. Make it a kind day.
Our brains are incredible.